This is my junk bin. There's another thing that didn't get pulled out of the shop yet. These coils are from old field coils, and I used to use the wire in these to wind coils when I worked on, rewinding small coils on radios and so forth. I'd use the wires out of this, or sometimes I'd use wire out of this to make crystal sets and stuff. That's back in the days when I could see what I was doing. Well, this is, like I say, my odds and ends junk bin here. Let's see what we can find. There's a projector lens, and I think I know where that came out of. My Brownie 8mm movie camera. Projector. Save the lens from that. This is a dynamic element out of something. I'll tell you, got a little of everything in here, everyone. This is what it looks like inside of a ballast that they used in the Motorola VT71 chassis. Of course, I made my own ballast out of 25-watt power resistors, but I saved this for whatever reasons. I don't know. I save things I don't really need to save. But that's just the way I am. Tape recorder motors. This one here is I think this is a dynamic element, microphone element. And here is I believe that's a telephone. I'm not sure. I think that's a telephone transducer. I'm not 100% sure. Been so long since I looked at this stuff. Little transformers. These are the little jobs I used to junk transistor radios were no good. I'd save the transformers out of them. Build little shockers or noisemakers, which you've seen if you look back on some of my earlier videos about building noisemakers. Now this, I believe I bought from Polypacks many years ago, back in the 60s. These are what they call a moving vane speaker. The inductance would change as it draws in and out. And you used to use a single transistor and a little transformer and make a noisemaker out of it. I used to make it used to make weird sounds. I'd have it so it would go like that. Used to drive my cousin nuts with these things. Boy, I wasn't a very nice guy back in the 60s and 70s. This here is a monitor for a viewfinder in a full-size VHS camcorder that I junked many years ago and saved this. So if you want to say this is the world's smallest picture tube, I guess you could say that. It's probably diagonally no more than an inch. It's the circuitry to go with it. This item here I built out of used to go to Radio Shack years ago, back in the 1960s, and used to have the bargain tables. I used to love to go to the bargain tables and pick up radios that didn't work and stuff. Well, this was a speaker originally, and I had converted it with an audio amplifier, made a white noise generator and a volume control on the side. Of course, the thing don't work now. It used batteries to run the white noise diodes, be reverse bias, and I could sleep at night with the white noise with air rushing sound, like waterfall sound. So I built that. I don't even know if I guess these things were commercially available at that time, but I can't sleep in dead silence. I have to have music going or something going in the background, very soft. So this is what I used to use in my bedroom, because here where the shop is, I live downstairs, of course, and it's not exactly a quiet neighborhood with dogs barking and everything. I'd crank this up to try to drown out the dog barking, because every time a dog would bark, I'd jump a foot out of bed. So that's why I built that. Over here is my family vacation and travel movies. Ektachrome. I used to shoot a lot in Ektachrome 160. This one here apparently got transferred to DVD already. So this is just a small portion of my films. And then I'd have the 200-foot reels. I even got the Dick Curler Show, 1974. Most of these films have not been transferred. The Dick Curler Show did get on. I bought this at a yard sale, but the problem is it's auto threading, and so the loop, the lower loop, would not be big enough, and I couldn't compensate for it. It had a compensation control that you could supposedly lengthen the loop, but it didn't seem to work. So all my videos trying to transfer them, all the films, sound was so garbled, and the picture would jump like this, that I gave up trying to transfer them. Here are some rheostats off of surplus equipment, and some of these are, well, this has been used, it's been soldered to. And yeah, they've all been used. Specialized. This is 1 ohm. This here is a 3BP1 oscilloscope CRT that I was going to take and put into my Pilot TV37, because the picture tube is no good in it. So I had taken the base off. You could just see the wire pins coming out. Then I was going to put on the 11-pin socket. This is the 14-pin that came with it, and I have a marking here as to how it goes back on. But I never did anything with it. Like everything else, I start something and, you know, either don't feel like doing it or whatever. But as if you know, those of you familiar with it, a P, 1 phosphor would be green, and a P4 would be a white phosphor for television. So you'd have a green picture if you use that in it, but at least you'd have a picture to watch. And a lot of them would use a tube such as this in order to run it. And I did have a picture on this. The second anode, of course, would be, I think it required a little more high voltage, but the Pilot TV37, if I'm not mistaken, is 2500 volts on the second anode. It's been quite a few years since I worked on it. I think this is a 2AP1 CRT, I believe it is, 2AP1. It's terrible when you can't see. I can see I can't quite read that. The camera will pick it up, I'm sure. Anyways, I got this probably at a ham auction or a flea market or something years ago. And I think this is 11 pins. And what I did is I bought the scope that this was in, and I took off the socket and used it on my Raytronics CB54, that great big thing. It's on one of my videos if you want to check it out. And I made an adapter to test the 3KP4 using the socket from this and then hardwiring it into my tester. So as a side benefit, I got this tube. And I'm pretty sure it's good. As a matter of fact, I believe I tested it on the Raytronics, and it was good. Well, folks, I hope you've enjoyed your little junk tour, I guess you could call it. Odds and end tour here of, as you can see, there's still a lot of stuff up here in the shop. And, well, I can't expect the fellow that's letting me store the stuff to take all this in too. It's asking for too much. As far as setting up another shop, it doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime in the near future, because my knees are getting too bad to climb any stairs, especially going downstairs. So I have a lot of hard time. I could do it a few times. You know, I don't have a problem with doing it 3 or 4 times, but if I have to go up and down, bringing stuff up and down, I can't do it. So anyhow, I want to thank you for watching this video, and that's about all I can say. Someday, some way, maybe we'll have a shop, don't know. But for now, hope you enjoyed the video, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Thank you very much.